3 years ago, a college athlete could not earn a single dollar from their own image. They could fill arenas, attract national audiences, and become cultural names, yet every bit of profit flowed to someone else. That world dissolved almost overnight, and the new reality is nothing short of astonishing. Some of these same athletes now sit on valuations that reach into the millions before they even finish a full season. Social media posts once viewed as simple content are now part of a thriving marketplace. A slow-motion transformation turned into a sudden economic explosion right in front of the public. The shift caught athletic departments, brand agencies, and even the NCAA scrambling to understand how the rules of the old system could disappear so quickly. And once you understand what changed, the speed of this financial surge makes perfect sense. That shift began with something very simple. College athletes were finally allowed to profit from their own name, image, and likeness. These rights, which are normal for every other working adult, had been restricted for decades. When we talk about NIL today, we are talking about the ability to earn from endorsements, promotional posts, brand partnerships, live appearances, autographs, licensing opportunities, and personal merchandise. The idea sounded small at first, but it carried enormous weight. Pressure built up for years, and it reached a breaking point in 2019 when California passed the Fair Pay to Play Act. It served as the first open challenge to the old rules and forced other states to consider similar laws. The NCAA could not hold its position any longer. On June 30th, 2021, the organization adopted an interim policy that opened the door nationwide. With one policy shift, an entire market that had been blocked for generations appeared in a single day. Athletes walked into a world where their personal brand had real financial value, and companies raced to secure deals before the landscape became crowded. Once the door opened, it did not close again. It expanded faster than anyone expected. That sudden change created a new kind of deal-making ecosystem. Instead of waiting for random opportunities, athletes could partner directly with brand agencies and NIL platforms. Revenue began flowing from every direction. Some deals involved national brands seeking influencers with strong audience engagement. Others came from local businesses that wanted to associate with their hometown stars. Sponsored posts, promotional videos, autograph sessions, event appearances, merchandise collaborations, and even equity agreements became part of the new playbook. These opportunities did not exist in the old system, yet they became standard in the new one almost immediately. The real engine behind these deals came from the intermediaries. NIL agencies helped athletes manage negotiations. Marketplaces created simple listings that allowed brands to book athletes the same way they would book an advertising campaign. Collectives, which operate as donor-funded organizations, began offering structured payouts to players in exchange for promotional work or community appearances. Some of these arrangements even resembled recurring income streams, giving athletes a level of financial stability rarely seen in college sports. As these systems matured, the scale of the money involved became impossible to ignore. That scale is now one of the most surprising parts of the story. The NIL market, which did not exist before 2021, reached an estimated $917 million in its first full year. Projections for the current period place it near $1.6 to $1.7 billion. That kind of growth reflects both the demand from brands and the desire from fans to support athletes directly. Yet the distribution of this money tells an important truth. Only a small share of athletes capture the largest deals. One of the clearest examples of NIL's power arrived through Olivia Dunn at LSU. Long before major brands came calling, she built a massive online audience that passed 10 million followers across platforms. Companies quickly realized that her posts reached more people than many televised events. That reach translated into multi-million-dollar endorsements, magazine features, and long-term brand partnerships. What made her rise so important was the fact that it came from a sport that historically produced almost no financial opportunities at the college level. She proved that the influence economy could thrive in any sport as long as the athlete understood how to connect with an audience. A very different path led Arch Manning into the NIL spotlight. His last name carried decades of football history, and that legacy created instant brand value even before he became a full-time starter at Texas. Companies knew that any mention of him generated national attention. That alone pushed his NIL valuation into seven-figure territory. While his on-field career was still developing, his marketability was already fully formed. It showed that NIL was not limited to highlight plays or stat lines. Family narrative, media interest, and cultural visibility could launch an athlete into millionaire status long before their college career reached its peak. Then came the rise of Cooper Flagg at Duke. His impact on the court built intense momentum during a single season, and that attention carried over into the NIL world with surprising speed. Reports placed his valuation in the multi-million range, supported by brand interests that targeted both short-term campaigns and multi-year partnerships. He became the prototype for a modern college basketball star. One season of electrifying play could generate enough market value to build a business ecosystem around a single athlete. It captured exactly how powerful NIL had become in shaping the journey of next-generation prospects. Not every NIL success story involves national fame. Many athletes in power conferences have built steady income by working with local businesses, appearing at community events, and promoting regional brands on social media. One mid-level star described earning enough from consistent partnerships to cover tuition, housing, food, and travel expenses. This is where NIL becomes more than a headline. It becomes a real economic support system for athletes who may never reach a professional league, but still bring value to their communities. Data from major platforms show that these smaller deals make up the majority of transactions in the NIL market. The transfer portal brought another layer to the NIL story. One example involved a player who saw his following grow rapidly after a breakout moment late in the season. That spike in visibility caught the attention of several schools with larger collectives and stronger local markets. When he entered the portal, the conversation shifted from playing time to brand opportunity. He transferred to a program where his online presence and NIL potential could expand far more quickly. This signaled a new reality. The decision to move schools could now be shaped by financial leverage and audience growth as much as athletic fit. Money now plays a major part in where top athletes choose to play. Collectives connected to big schools raise millions and use that money to create steady NIL opportunities for recruits. Some programs can guarantee a comfortable income before a player even steps on campus, which gives large market schools and wealthy donor bases a major advantage. This has changed recruiting from a simple mix of coaching, tradition, and facilities into a complete financial marketplace. The transfer portal makes the effect even stronger. A player who builds momentum or grows a large audience can move to a school with better NIL support and a bigger media footprint. The result is a new landscape where financial power, city size, and collective strength shape competitive balance in ways the sport has never seen before. The world of college sports is changing faster than anyone expected, and NIL is only the beginning. Some athletes are building wealth before their first professional contract, while others are still finding their place in a crowded market. What happens next will shape the future of the entire system. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts. Do you think NIL is helping college sports or hurting it?